Hey guys, today we are going to be going over another apologetic argument. This one tends to be one of my favorites personally. It is called the teleological argument. So, the teleological argument is one of the most common apologetic arguments that you'll typically find people, whether layperson or educated, I feel like, using, depending on the scenario. So, I find this to be the case because it's an argument that's extremely simple to understand and extremely simple to communicate to another person. That is why it tends to be the most commonly used between average Christians, regardless of their education level and whatnot. So the word comes from the stem word telos, which means purpose or goal. So the primary objective in the teleological argument is to show a convincing case that the universe or reality has a created purpose, a goal, an order, a uniformity to it of some sort. So, the teleological argument first originated from the minds of medieval Christian influencers. The most prominent of these was also, like the last cosmological argument we discussed, from Thomas Aquinas. This argument is known as the intelligent design argument. It was further developed in the 16th and 17th century by Samuel Clarke and William Paley. Due to the broadness of this argument, I will attempt to address a few common ways it can be used and applied to reality in order to convince people of intelligent design and the uniformity and order of the universe. So, first up has to deal with just that uniformity and order. One of the many ways that the teleological argument can be used is to examine the way that the universe functions. It would seem to most people that the universe is, for most part, very predictable. We can have an accurate knowledge of how different things work, how different components operate within our universe. What I mean by this is if we were to ask somebody how we know what the time is, many people today would pull up their phone, open their calendar app, and maybe tell me the exact date or look at the time on their phone and be like, all right, it's 3 o'clock, January 14th. This shows that most people today trust that the people who designed their phones are able to accurately keep and record times and dates in a trustworthy fashion. It shows that somebody intelligent designed their phone to be able to always be reliable in its prediction of the times. But if we were to ask somebody, let's go back to, let's say, the 4th century BC, about what time and season it was, they would answer in a drastically different way. Obviously, they don't have smartphones sitting in their pockets. The person may point to the placement of the sun or the stars in the sky and the way they're positioned in order to tell the seasons. For instance, they might be able to tell, oh, right now we're in the winter solstice. We're probably going to have this much more time of winter or summer. It is this time of day based on the placement of the sun or where the moon is, so on and so forth. So they're able to accurately tell and keep times and seasons based on just looking at the heavenly bodies above and its placement and its movement. So what's the point of all this? The point is that many accept the fact that phones are able to tell us accurate readings of the times and seasons because they are designed by intelligent beings. And yet these same people will claim that the universe and all that makes it up is not intelligently designed, even though they can tell us the exact same information in an even more accurate way. We have to remember that the phone is only accurate insofar as it matches the time frame of the universe, the stars and seasons that we experience, that we can witness. The phone is trying to match what we can see in the heavenly bodies. The heavenly bodies are just there. They're not trying to match the phones. So, What do I mean by more accurate? I mean that phones and technology in general can have errors, bugs, viruses, and so on that will cause systems to malfunction, but the heavenly signs, the bodies in the sky, are constant, they're uniform, they're orderly, so that it will always be an accurate tool for being able to tell the times and the seasons. So why do we say one is the product of intelligent design and reject that the other is? That is probably one of my favorite arguments from teleology. I'm going to be going into more. The next one we'll discuss in part 2 will be the complexity argument. With all that to say, I hope you learned something from this, and I hope you have a blessed day.